You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek.
Are we gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips. I'm Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
It's pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
that
a
part,
good
you
point.
know? You're great.
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 You are great.
I feel more, it means more now that we started doing these every other week, you know? It feels better.
I feel like, okay, this is going to sound rude. I feel like we want to both talk to each other.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Because it's not against either one of us. It's that
we've just been doing this for so long and talked to each other so much in the past 7 years or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
I need to miss you sometimes.
Yeah, how many times can I tell you the same fucking story?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh my gosh. I do that shit all the time. I'm becoming my mom. I say the same story like multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens.
Me and Jackie.
well,
oh yeah.
Welcome to the Hug Life podcast. I'm Mike Mama's Boy Coletta.
And I am Monica Mommy's gal, Nevy.
Ooh, nice.
I'm
There
a
we
mommy's
go.
gal.
Yeah. Anyways.
We're both wearing tank tops because it's hot as balls
because
outside.
we're buff as fuck.
Just
You gotta show your guns out. It is hot as fuck, and I hope you're staying cool, you cats.
That sounded like you were a
Bunch of
dad
hot,
trying
cool
to
cats.
be cool. Like, hey,
I've started
cool
doing that
cats.
on purpose, like make it sound like I don't know what I'm saying. So the other day I was like, "Don't start a fire if you don't want to get hot." Like you're just trying to think about what it is while you're doing it, and I did it for like 15 minutes where it was all different stuff. I was like, "You know what they say? Don't start a fire if you don't have wood."
If you don't have wood. Good
It's a fun
advice.
game.
It is a fun game. Hey, Monica,
Yes.
do you have anything you want to plug as far as shows go?
I do actually have quite a few shows coming up. We're back. We're cooking with fire.
She's doing it again.
Yeah. This week, Thursday, July 1st, I'm doing the Don't Tell show in Georgetown. It's at a brewery. I think I'm not allowed to tell you. I don't know how it works.
Well, you told us you did the number one rule of the show.
Something about I don't know. Anyways. Then Friday, we have 2 shows in Arlington at 7 and 9 at Stein's Tap House.
Steins.
And I'm with the wonderful Mike Coletta. And
That's me.
then we will be traveling from Arlington to Fremont in Seattle to do the Super Secret Show.
We're back,
Yay.
baby.
Oh, and it is a popular one. I'll just tell you the numbers. I put 30 tickets up because that was about half of what the capacity was supposed to be, right? So I was just being safe in case something crazy happened and they didn't lift the restrictions. And those sold out. So
immediately.
it's now
It's
up
hot.
to 60, which is good because I talked to the theater today. So if you don't have your tickets, get them like right now while you're listening because they'll probably go too, which is great. And they have AC in there. So if you've been hot in the Seattle area, don't worry, it'll be cooled down. And we have a great show. And I'm just excited that it's back. 2 really good drop-ins that are work in the area, which is the point of the show. That's the secret part. They're drop-ins. They're secret. And then Derek Sheen and Clara Pluton.
It's going to be really fun.
Really good show. And of course, us. We'll be there. I'm supposed to host. We'll see how it pans out travel-wise.
Mm-hmm. We'll see if Monica Monica and I both get to do sets if we get there on time.
Yeah, we'll see. And then Saturday at 4:30, I'm at the Tacoma Comedy Club featuring for Amy Miller.
Amy?
Yes, I'm so excited. And then that evening, I'm at Go Tap Room, spelled the French way, in Auburn at 8 p.m. And that's me, Chase Meyer, and Travis Nelson.
Oh, yeah, that show's back.
And then the next week, I am, taking over the Moscow, Idaho. They have a show at the Best Western University Inn. That's a very great show that was run and still is run by Alvin Williams. He has gone back to sea. So I'm now taking over as host for the rest of the year. But this is our first one. So if you're in the Idaho or Pullman area, Idaho is a whole state. Pullman is a city. You guys know how to figure it out. Pullman, Moscow area. I will be there July 10th hosting that show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Monica pretty much just nailed all the shows I'm doing too this week. So, because I don't think I have
Are
any
you
shows.
not just the ones with me?
I think so. I'm probably missing one. I just did because we just did the Four Horsemen show on Sunday, and that was real fun, amazing.
How did it go with the heat?
It was good. We did the show. It was just I told people like, hey, you don't have to do your full time because I realized you're standing up talking in 100-degree heat, even though it was covered and there was a fan. So we had Lisa Wallen come do a guest set. Mary Lou crushed, Kermit crushed, fun stuff. You know, it was a good show. It was a really good show, and the good food, delicious cider and beer. They have cider and they have a seltzer now. They have a seltzer now.
Like
that's
that
really
they make
good.
Themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that. I like that place. They're nice people and good beer. That's all I need.
Good
really.
beer, nice people. That's all Monica wants. That's what she said. It's in her rider when you have her come to your house. Or you know, she has a rider for social.
I have a rider
too.
for guests.
Yeah, just to be social with her. Oh, actually, I guess I could say I'm on the Dope Show at Tacoma Comedy Club on July 10th.
Nice.
I should mention that. And that's the I kind of like
420 or something.
Yeah, it's probably at 420 is my guess. Classic. So I'll be at the Tacoma Comedy Club Dope Show on July 10th. And then I'll have more stuff coming up later in July. So I'll have more plugs. I just don't want to look that far ahead, right? You know?
Sweet. Making it work.
Sweet. All right. Things you can do to support this podcast. You ready? You can go to huglifepodcast.com or monicanevi.com. You can click on the Amazon banner on the Hug Life website. It's now on the sidebar. It looks very nice. And you can click it and then
check out huglifepodcast.com anyways, because Mike has made some changes and you can see what you like. Do you like it? Or you can complain.
Well, I'm also working on another version of it on the side as well, because Inside Baseball here want to get us off of I found a place we got to host it for free, and I want to switch it to free hosting so we don't even have to pay for that anymore. You know,
why not? But you should still support our Patreon.
You should still support our Patreon, because we're trying to the whole point of this is so we get more money, less on expenses, and more for us and our time
to be efficient. You guys
yes. So you could go click on the Amazon banner, shop as you normally would. Sorry, air conditioners, as far as I know, are all sold out on Amazon, but still.
You could order one for the future.
For the future of heat. And then you could also go to patreon.com/huglifepodcast, donate $1 a month. And that gives you access to our bonus episodes. We do one each month. We'll have a new one coming out here this week sometime.
Yes, Friday probably. Check it out.
Friday, most likely. It's going to be really fun. We talk all the ish on there.
Yeah,
all
if
of
you
it.
Want us to name names and tell you the real deal.
That's what we do it at. The real deal.
Yeah. Other stuff you can do. You can follow our Instagram.
Yeah, we have an Instagram
podcast. We both have Instagrams separately too.
I've been really trying to be more active on the Instagram.
Saw a picture of you and your mom in a freezer. That was
cool. At Four Horsemen. They let us walk into the walk-in fridge when we wanted to. It was nice. We did that. You also can go and look at Danny Dodge's art, because she is our favorite. At Studio Dodge on Instagram or studiododge.com. Buy her art. Support her. We love her so much. She's the best. Yeah. And I think that's all the plugs.
I think so too. Unless, I don't know. I think that's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Monica has comedy albums. You could do that too if you wanted to buy those.
I do have comedy albums. We both have other podcasts too. You know, there's plenty of things.
There's plenty of things out there. Yeah, there's lots of content. You need another
podcast to listen to, and you love video games, and you're interested in the history of video games. Check out Codex. Wherever you get your podcasts.
And if you like the idea of pitching horrible ideas, you can check out Dumb Pitches.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Is your things on a member program? Yours is a member thing?
No, just my YouTube now has a membership option. And so if you want to see, I have full sets on there that are like, 30 to 50 minutes. There's behind the scenes of Dumb Pitches, which is my bad ideas. And sometimes I have guests, like I had Kane come on and we talked about our soap opera idea.
Tomorrow's Cruise.
Yeah, Tomorrow's Cruise. And then there's some other stuff, and you get like, you get custom emojis and stuff that you can use on the comments and stuff. It's pretty cool actually, but that's only, so the actual the regular episodes and other YouTube videos are free or whatever, part for everybody, but it is helpful if you do the membership.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any lexical embraces?
I have a lexical embrace, and it is my basement because it is the coldest part of my house.
Nice.
And it feels so nice down there. And I was trying to get Delilah to hang out down there, and I think she gets scared down there.
Has she been okay in the heat?
Yeah, we're going to talk about this more in a bit, but she's doing fine. She sprawls out. I thought she would be actually worse, but she kind of is still her same old demanding self for like food and everything. But what I started doing, I started taking Uncrustables, those frozen peanut butter jelly sandwiches. You're supposed to defrost them. I just put them on her, so it's like defrosts it.
Oh, to defrost it. Nice.
I defrost.
That is the thing about my house not having AC is that everything defrosts pretty quickly.
Yeah, so I put that on the cat, and I defrost. It's the Uncrustable defroster, and she seems to tolerate it, which is fine.
Delilah, the Uncrustable defroster.
Yeah, she loves that. No, she doesn't. She hates it so much.
So your basement stays cooler, though.
My basement is like 10 degrees cooler noticeably.
Nice.
So like when it was really hot out, it was definitely like 70 degrees in the basement.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I would go down there, and I'm like, it feels really cool, even though it's not that cold down here. You know?
Yeah, but it's just different. Like today, I think I've already turned into those people from Texas that are like, this is nothing, you know?
Oh, I walked out
80s today, and I'm like, oh, this is fine.
I walked out to do compost today, and I was like, oh, this feels great. There's like a breeze blowing. The shade feels not even, because that's the worst part is like on Monday, if you were out in the shade, it still felt hellish.
Yeah, we're just not used to it either. Like it's just, I don't know. But also the house down here just wouldn't cool down at all. So
that's my problem too. Our house would not cool down. Yeah. But that's my lexical embrace.
Okay. My lexical embrace is people who give up gossip real quick. I miss the hot goss. We've talked about it a lot, you know. There's plenty of comedy gossip, but that's just, I don't really like it as much. It stresses me out more for some reason. I want to know who cheated on who's mad at who's, you know, I want to know those things about people that I don't care about. I don't know what it is. So I was at a wedding this weekend, and one of my best friend's wedding, I was officiating. I know most of the people there because it's pretty small still. And one of the other people in the wedding party knew our neighbors.
Like in Renton or in Tacoma?
My neighbor's right next to me.
Oh.
Here in Tacoma. And she very quickly gave up the fact that the boyfriend had a baby with someone else.
Whoa.
And I was like, what? And so I love it though, because now I'm like trying to kind of get it out of them and see what's going on. But I just like that. And maybe it's that, you know, we've known each other for a while. And so she felt comfortable like, oh, those people, this is what happened. But I don't know, because it doesn't change my life in any way, whether my neighbors are cheating on each other or not, you know?
I think it helps you though, because you get that fun, like excitement of like gossip without it being about you. It's the same reason people watch reality television.
It's people watching. Yeah. It's trashy TV. It's all those same reasons that you're like, and both Aaron and I love it, which is great. Probably because, you know, I don't have anybody at work to gossip about, really, you know, like that you see every day. There's no office goss. If the people I don't like in stand-up, I just don't hang out with.
Yeah, I agree. The stand-up goss has gotten so old for me at this point that I'm just so over it.
Oh, yeah.
That I watch Below Deck regularly to get my fix of gossip I like.
Oh, yeah. And Love Island and stuff. So then Erin will tell me what's going on at her work, who's dating who and stuff, just so that I can have something, you know.
When we were in LA, I told you about Sandra and how all the drama going on with that.
I loved it.
Are you going to watch
Office Goss from Mike?
Are you going to watch F Boy Island, the HBO Max show that Nikki Glaser hosts? That's apparently.
Is that why they went to the Caymans?
Yeah, it's so you have 12 fuck boys and then 12 nice guys, and then you have 12 women, and it's like
see who ends up
see who's going to end up with who. So it's like 24 dudes, 12 women.
That's gotta be a dream job.
Sounds like the worst party ever.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, I think that's why she was in the Caymans the whole time. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it though for sure. It comes out this summer, I think.
Oh, that's fun. I just
learned
the reason we like Love Island and whatever other kind of stupid dating shows is because the things like The Bachelor are too serious. Like we're supposed to really believe that these people are supposed to be together. Like whatever. It's nice. That's the other ones you're like, oh, it's a surprise if they get together or get engaged or whatever. And at the end of The Bachelor, you have to get engaged. Like that stuff.
Isn't Love Island the one they're like, you gonna have a snog?
Yeah.
Are you gonna snog with? Yeah.
Yeah. Marry, Snog, Pie. That's a game they play instead
Mary
of
Snog Pie.
Marry, Fuck, Kill. It's they go up to people like they have to kiss somebody, they have to propose to someone, whatever. They just give them a ring and then they have to pie someone in the face. It's fun.
Oh, because you can't do kill until you have to do.
No, you
do
can't
pie.
shoot people on TV, even
But you
in
can
the
hit
UK.
him with a pie.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have guns in the UK to do that.
They don't.
So.
Yeah. In America, it would be Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Yeah, it would still be kill. It would still be all about murder. Very murder centric.
Well, they probably wouldn't fuck that. They'd probably still marry,
have
hug,
a snog.
Marry, hug, shoot. That's the American version because we always censor sex more than violence.
It's true. It's very true. Are you ready to do the next segment?
I am. Hey guys, good news.
Hi, welcome to the good news segment. It's me, Mike Coletta. Renewable energy sources provided more than a quarter of total U.S. electrical generation in April. So for the first time in the first third of 2021, renewables took their lead over coal and nuclear power, while natural gas generation dropped sharply.
Well, fuck yeah.
So we're doing a little better. Granted, we need to speed it the fuck up because otherwise we're all going to die.
I was going to say, is that going to help soon?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, they're trying. But the crazy thing is I read a couple places that it's actually cheaper to do like solar.
I've read that before too. So I don't really understand that. I think it's just whoever's in charge isn't making as much money. Like there's just rich people with oil that don't want renewable energy to be a thing because then they make less money.
Also, I looked and like technically we could have done this 50 years ago with nuclear power. Like nuclear power is actually so clean now, and it's all about where you put it. Obviously like in Japan, they had it like in an earthquake area. So it was a problem, or like Chernobyl, it was just built really poorly by Soviet Russia. But I think nuclear is something we should consider. Also, it's cool. You're just like splitting atoms to make, or actually, no, you're using radioactive decay to power turbines.
Yeah, do it in
heat up water power turbines with
middle of Washington.
Hot isotopes. Yeah, there you go. All right. So that's the first story. The second one is a fun one.
Okay.
So Hy-Vee's, which if you were curious, is a grocery store chain in Missouri, set a new world record. This is the Hy-Vee's in Blue Springs, Missouri. They made 13,000 pancakes. It breaks a record. The old record, 12,716 pancakes.
And is there an amount of time that they're making these?
Yes, they did it in, I believe, 7 hours and 16 minutes.
I was like, maybe in a day, 13,000 pancakes in 7 hours.
The best part, the reason this is a good news story, not only because 13,000 pancakes are good news.
Yeah, who doesn't?
They donated all of the pancakes to Harvesters, the community food network in Kansas City. So they were expected to feed up to 6,500 people with the pancakes. So they cooked the pancakes. I watched a video. They cooked the pancakes. They had
everybody gets 2 pancakes.
A chilling trailer where they chilled and counted the pancakes. They put them into to-go silver, those like thick silver aluminum packages.
Oh yeah.
And then they stacked those. So they would count like we need 75 of these packages. And that's how we know we broke the record. And so they got to 75, they broke the record. And then they took those packages on a truck straight to the food center, and they fed a bunch of people with all those pancakes.
Look at that.
Breaking records, feeding people.
Time too,
we got a big day. Got to kill some time.
Did they just end up with extra ingredients, or they were like, I've been wanting to break this record for years?
Well, I mean, technically, if it's a grocery store, they got enough ingredients. They got flour. They got all that stuff.
Well, yeah, but that's your own. You're not supposed to use your own stash or something. Or is that drugs? I think that's drugs.
I think that's drugs. But yeah, that was the segment.
Nice. Hey guys, that was good news. Hey, all you cool cats.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Stay hot out there. Okay. Speaking of hot, you want a positive spin?
We're gonna positive spin. Living in a house with no AC in a heat wave
during record-breaking
heat. Because there was a heat dome.
There's aren't around here. In the Northwest, we had a heat wave, which I said it was yesterday. It's over, I suppose, but it was just in the hundreds, which it's only happened like 3 times ever. And it happened 3 days in a row. So it's pretty crazy. But Mike and I both live in older homes.
Older homes
with no air conditioning, which bad enough, right? Yeah, sure. Because everywhere, people are from Phoenix or wherever, like, oh yeah, it's always in the hundreds. But even so, I was at a wedding on Saturday. The bride's brother and sister-in-law live in Phoenix, and they were like, oh no, everywhere we go has air conditioning. Like, this is terrible. Like, that's just because it's hot in a place doesn't mean you're not prepared for it. So here's the problem, is that we weren't prepared for it, including our own homes.
Yeah, we do not have the infrastructure to handle this. Even the mall, when I went to the mall, it was still like 80 degrees inside the mall because their AC system couldn't handle that.
Everywhere I went, we went to a couple of restaurants and it was like 83 still because, well, one, the kitchen is like hot, but there's just a lot of people trying to utilize bigger spaces AC, and then I think it's not used to being that actually conditioning that hot of air.
How much I condition that hair? I have a topic immediately though. I know I have a positive spin.
Okay, good.
Are you ready for my positive spin?
Yeah.
Okay. My positive spin is you learn things about your house you never knew before. So, for example, Katie and I have these, what I would describe as grandparent curtains for the front windows, and we never use them. And we did it yesterday, and it actually blocked a bunch more of the heat.
Nice.
Yeah, and it helped out. So it made it a little bit more bearable. The problem we were having. To
know. I mean, I guess you learned a lot anyways, because you're like looking shit up on how not to die.
Oh yeah, I did so much YouTube on how not to die. But we learned that. We learned also that our house apparently has a serious cooling problem with all the windows. We couldn't get like the house under 80 at night. Even though it was under 80 outside, the house wouldn't cool down by the time.
That's the interesting part that we had, is that we have an upstairs. That's where our room is. So obviously we knew that was going to be hot. So we were like, okay, let's focus on the downstairs area. But by the end of the day, it got like heated up so much that when we came back, because we went and stayed at my parents' house, when we came back this morning, it was still 90 in here. Like, just, it was crazy, which is scary thinking about how hot it would have been. It was definitely 120 upstairs yesterday.
Yeah, it's
crazy. But it's interesting you talk about learning things about your house, because noises freak me out in the night. I don't know if that's anybody else is up to that.
I feel like that's normal.
Right. But we do have an older house. Our closets are weird, and sometimes they just like kind of slip open, or it's really weird. Sometimes in the middle of the night, it'll just open. Yeah, a little bit. But then, so I finally got it cooled down on Sunday night / Monday morning at like 3 a.m. upstairs. So we went up there to go to sleep, and the closets were like clicking the whole, like, over and over again. And like, it would kind of stop and then click again, like really quick clicking. And then, so I went and like tried to close them and stuff. And I think the wood up there is just so old that it was like expanding and contracting.
Yeah.
And then our doors, our front door and our back door were really hard to open because it had expanded, like it was so weird, which is, science.
That happens in our house shifts too. Like old houses like creak and shift and move because of the heat and stuff. Yeah. So that's totally normal. I actually, my bathroom door has a hard time opening and closing now. When it's hot, just like all the time. It's like permanent. Like I don't know what's going on. I have to like really push it open. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I guess you learn what heat does to wood.
Yep. There you go. You learn science about wood expansion and contraction.
I think what maybe going through a heat wave would finally push you to, buy that extra fan or get AC or whatever it is, because so then the next time something, or even, when it's 90 instead of 100, then you're more prepared. Not that we got an AC, but I did get, you remember that fan that I had in LA?
Dual fan. That one. Yeah, the dual fan.
It was very effective. Like the AC did not come into our rooms, and so I had the one in the window, and it worked really well. So I bought another one of those, and that's pretty much the only thing that's helped upstairs. So I wouldn't have purchased that had this not happened.
Well, I looked up like how to make your own homemade air conditioner, with a styrofoam cooler and stuff. We talked about it on Twitter where the real things happen. Yeah. And I realized,
you guys
though,
can
like,
see it if you want to.
If I went to the hardware store to do that now, all that shit's sold out.
Oh, for sure.
Because everyone did that. So I was like, it's fine. It's just a bummer. But I'm like, okay.
Whatever. I had looked if there was anything on Wednesday, just like ACs or anything, just in case. And there was like the fastest it would get here was like the 7th. But that fan was like 2 days.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Another thing I saw you can do with an oscillating fan is you can take pop bottles and flip them upside down and cut the tops off of them, and you poke holes in the sides and you fill it with ice, and then you zip tie it to the back of the oscillating fan so it pulls the icy air. And then what you do when it's done, you just open the bottle and put it in a water glass and you drink the water. So it's cool water.
Well, I've seen a lot of people like put stuff in front of the fan, and I had always thought that it was supposed to be behind it, so I didn't.
I think you could do both. I didn't even
really
do it
relying on it, but
I was so focused on, and this actually is probably the second positive spin, is I was a way better gardener because of the heat wave. I woke up at like 7 a.m. every day and I watered everything.
That's so funny.
And I have blueberries now. The blueberries came out in the heat wave, which is pretty cool.
I was going to say, that's so funny because we just planted hot peppers, like jalapenos and stuff. And those sprouted over the weekend.
Yeah, there's some plants.
I mean, they're supposed to be in like 80-degree weather, so it makes sense. But I was worried. So you have like a ton of tomato plants, kale, like onions, all this stuff in our garden that have been doing really well. And it was like the only time that I had someone come over and water the plants because I was afraid to leave them. Like normally when I'm on the road, I'll water them the day in the morning or whatever, like if Aaron's with me, and then it'll be a couple days and come back and they're still fine. We have a raised bed that doesn't have holes in it, so it holds the water pretty well. But I had someone come over and water our plants because I didn't want them to die. I also built a tent for them so that they weren't like directly in the sun the whole time, and I felt pretty proud of myself for that too.
That's good. Yeah, our potato plants suffered more than anything. They're not plants, though, they were doing really well, and I think there's a mix of slugs eating them and then the really hot weather, and they're having a rough
moths eat the kale like a lot, and it
really what a bunch of piece of shit moths.
My kale. God,
look at these piece of shit moths coming in here. That's why you need to have like more. I heard possums are really good for your garden because they eat all those bugs. Yeah.
How do you get a possum?
I don't know. I'm looking online. I wonder if we can have one as a pet.
Well, I have nets over most of the things. I mean, I've cut holes in them to grow out of it, but that was for the squirrels.
Yeah, I have nets over the blueberries for the birds, but that's the only thing we have netted right now because our beans are doing great. Our asparagus is doing well.
Nice.
Like, everything's doing well except for the potato plants. So
we got big old carrots.
We just now the problem is we got to eat all these vegetables because they're all going to be ready at the same time.
That's funny. I was thinking about that too, and I was like, I bet people plant these at different times on purpose.
I think you could keep potatoes in the basement, like in a cool, dark place, and they last longer. So we might try to do that.
Didn't even know that was.
But honestly, you can just hold them on till you can keep them for next year. And just
look at that. The heat made you a better gardener, a more responsible plant parent.
Yeah, my lawn is still completely fucked. But besides that,
I just have stopped paying attention to my front lawn.
Yeah, the front lawn is brown.
It's like mostly weeds anyway, so I'm like, yeah, kill those weeds. I don't care. The back is fine. I have been watering that more, but
yeah, we have a clover problem in the backyard. But I've heard clover is good for bees. So I'm like,
maybe the bees
will be happy.
Made that up. It's propaganda.
Maybe that's bee propaganda.
It's bee propaganda. Okay, so it sounds like we learned a lot.
We learned about our houses and our environments. Yes.
You know what? I didn't die, which is a concern of mine most of the time. So now you're like, I know I can just be in 100-degree weather and not die.
I have one. I have another one.
Hydrate well.
I spent less time on devices because I didn't want to run them because it was so hot. Like I didn't spend as much time on my PC because my PC runs really hot. So I had it off the whole time.
That's a good, I guess.
Yeah, less screen time.
Yeah, sure. You could do that.
Less screen time, more feeding my cat ice cubes with cat food in them.
It is I got more stuff done in the morning on yesterday morning, on Monday morning. Everything I did, like the laundry and stuff, because it was going to be hot. I did that really early. Like I was done with everything by like 9 because I didn't want to do it when it was the most hot. And then we went to a movie at 10:30. But
what movie did you go see?
Not Roger.
Roger Rabbit. Who Framed
Keep
Roger Rabbit?
saying that. Peter Rabbit 2.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, because you have a child. I was like,
Yeah.
you didn't just go see that for fun with Aaron.
Yeah. She took work off and we went and saw Peter Rabbit by ourselves.
Yep, just her and I. We went to separate theaters. We just went.
Which
and
is
watched
funny because those were the ones that were sold out. Was Peter Rabbit. There was a 1:30 that I thought would be better timing wise as far as the heat, but it was sold out already, and we got the last 2 tickets for that 10:30 one.
Well, I think next movie I'm going to go to because we went and saw In the Heights, and I'm stoked the movies are open again because I really like going to the movies, and I'm going to go see the Black Widow. I forgot
how much I liked. Yeah, we were just talking about that too. Definitely want to go see that one. And
Old
I haven't
ScarJo.
seen Cruella yet either, and I want to see that, but we were afraid it would scare him, so we didn't see it.
See, I'm waiting on Cruella because I know it'll be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but they take quite a while to go.
Well, I also feel like
him.
Black Widow is more of a movie theater movie than Cruella is, if that makes sense.
Sure.
We went and saw In the Heights because even though that's going to be, it was on HBO Max for free.
Sorry. Yeah, we watched it on HBO Max.
I was like, this way it'll be like the spectacle of the whole thing in the theater because which is what Katie wanted. So
well, I would see anything in theaters right now. I mean, it's
I love that popcorn, baby. Into it. Okay. Monica, I feel like we sufficiently did that. We sufficiently
nailed it. Yes.
Do you want to do the quiz?
Let's do it. Let's do a fun quiz.
So this one is your weekend routine will reveal which iconic TV show theme song you are.
Okay.
So when do you wake up is the first question. 9 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 10 a.m., or 6 a.m.?
I wake up at 8:30.
Okay. I wake up at 10
I get up
on the weekend. 10 a.m. on the weekend. Unless I'm working a boat, then it's 6 a.m. 10 a.m. Okay.
It is impossible for me to sleep in now.
Yeah, well, that's what getting older is. Welcome to it. What do you eat for breakfast? A smoothie, pancakes, coffee and a bagel, or waffles?
I'm going to say coffee and a bagel, even though it's tea and a bagel.
That's fine.
That's a good looking salmon bagel there.
It's weird. I was a waffle guy, but I've been a pancake guy now for a year. I'm going to go pancakes.
Since you heard the pancake story, that's why.
Since I just all about the pancakes. I'm all about that cakes. Okay. What do you do in the morning? Read a book or watch a movie? Drive around and see what's going on in your neighborhood? Go for a run or catch up with friends?
On the weekend.
On the weekend.
I would say in the morning on the weekend, we like to lay in bed and watch television. So I would say watch a movie.
Okay. On the weekend.
Don't you just drive around and stare at your neighbors?
Yeah, always. This is such a weird one.
Well, definitely in the morning, who's catching up with friends in the morning?
Yeah, I'm going to say read a book or watch a movie
see what
too.
They're up to. Yeah.
We have the risk of getting the same one now, but that's fine.
Wow.
What do you eat for lunch? A smoothie bowl, a burger, a grain bowl, or a sandwich? On the weekend.
I mean, you go first on this one. A smoothie bowl. What the hell? Why don't you?
What the fuck is? Yeah, I don't get it.
I wake up with a smoothie, then I have a smoothie bowl, then I shit everywhere.
I'm gonna say burger.
Okay. I mean, that sounds pretty good. I will say if I'm not on the road, we tend to go. Weekends are like the only time we kind of go to restaurants or places.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with a good sandwich because I like a good sandwich when we go to a bar or something.
Yeah. We get that. All right. Next one. Do you have any afternoon plans on the weekend? And if you do you go for a walk? Do you see a movie with friends? Do you watch TV or do you catch up on work? Who catches up on work on the weekends?
I mean, I am usually working, but I try not to do it I feel like this is your relaxing time,
Definitely.
We've been trying to do more walks and more hikes and stuff. So I'm going to go for a walk.
I'm going to go with see a movie with friends because I do like a matinee on the weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
Big fan. Mm-hmm. What do you do for dinner? Go out to dinner with your friends, get takeout, order in with your friends, or cook? I'm a takeout guy. I'm a big fan of takeout. I'm a big takeout.
Do it. This is just a tough one because it's a tie between go out to dinner with friends or cook. I'm going to say go out.
Yeah, just do it. What time do you go to sleep? Late, midnight, 11 p.m. or 10 p.m.?
Oh, I'm going to say 11 p.m. at this point.
I'm just going to say late because it's after midnight usually.
This is this is the only song that I thought of when this was a question, but
what did you get?
I don't know. I got the Friends theme song.
Ooh, what does it say? Does it say anything else?
Okay. I was afraid you would get the same thing. I got Friends theme song. So no one told you your life was going to be this way. Like the show, you're hilarious. You naturally attract people because of your wit. You're also really loyal and will always be there for you. Friends.
Nice. I got the Gilmore Girls theme song. All you have to do is call my name and I'll be there on the next train. You're an effortlessly, again, saying words that are right and sound weird to me, effortlessly perfect combination of comfort and humor. Your friends can always count on you to take care of them. I have never seen an episode of Gilmore Girls, but I've heard it slaps.
Yeah. Good. It's funny because so many people had seen it and I had never seen it. And Aaron is a huge fan. We have the box set. And so I had recently started watching it just because she'll put it on just to have something on. And I'm interested now, but also like just watch one episode because the dialogue is insanely fast, like really fast. I've never heard it in any other show like this where they talk so quickly. It's really weird. Like they have to fit probably double the writing into an episode because
like usually it's like fast. A page is a minute, but really a page is 2 minutes. Yeah, page is 30 seconds.
Just watch it, like, because I didn't know what they were talking about. Aaron and Cameron were joking about it, and then I finally watched it and I was like, oh my god, like how is this even a thing?
The only thing I know about Gilmore Girls is there's someone named Lorelai on it.
There's 3 people named Lorelai.
What?
Well, yeah, the mom and the daughter are both named Lorelai, but they call the daughter Rory.
Oh.
Yes. And then Emily Gilmore is the grandmother, and she's like the rich, fancy lady.
I'm a rich, fancy lady.
She's pretty funny, actually. Boo. And then Melissa McCarthy's character's name is Suki.
Suki. That's from True Blood. Remember that show? That was fun. Okay. Hey, do you have a charity this week?
Yeah, it's just the end of Pride Month here, and so I was looking up some LGBTQ youth centers, but there's just every place kind of has a different LGBT QIA plus whatever community center, and so I just look up some of the ones that are near you. There's a Los Angeles one, there's one in San Diego here, there's one called the Attic, like upstairs, the Attic Youth Center, which is in Philadelphia, which is specifically for kids, which a lot of gay youth, when they come out, sometimes they get kicked out of their house, so you got to find a safe space and for they can be people. So I say, wherever your local LGBTQ community center or youth center, check them out, donate, send them pancakes, I don't know.
Ooh, I could do that. Do y'all like sourdough? That's what I would say to them as I walk up with sourdough pancakes.
Yeah.
Using y'all more because it's fun,
Sure, yeah, why not?
Hey, Monica.
Hey.
Is there anything you want to say to the listener before we leave?
I love y'all so much.